These movement binds make your strafe speed faster. They work by abusing commands originally designed for the controller. The effect is very noticeable when playing, as strafing feels more responsive. There is even an auto-stop version, which automatically counter-strafes perfectly for you. These auto-stop binds have existed for quite some time now, and somehow managed to dodge the recent patches from Valve. But how exactly does the config change the movement speed? To investigate the differences to default movement binds, I created a macro to ensure the same input every time. It strafes for exactly 1 second before releasing the key without counter-strafing. I then recorded the movement with a 120 FPS video to track the velocity, shown by CL_POS1, at each frame. This plot shows the movement speed on the y-axis as a function of time on the x-axis. The blue curve represents default movement binds. Now we add the data from the new Joy config, shown in orange. While the maximum movement speed with the knife is capped at 250 units per second, the acceleration until you reach top speed is higher when using the Joy config. While movement speed is consistently higher until top speed, the difference is the largest at the beginning of the strafe. For the first 25 milliseconds, the movement speed is more than double compared to default binds. This steadily drops off, averaging a plus 35% velocity for the first 100 milliseconds and averaging about plus 10% until top speed is reached after around 550 milliseconds. I've added data from a macro simulating perfectly timed manual counter-strafes, shown in green. The counter-strafe starts at 1 second, and we can see the Joy config decelerates much faster. It not only reaches full stop 25 milliseconds faster, but also averages much slower movement speed of just 56% during the deceleration period, allowing for more accurate shots. The same effects can be observed for walking velocities, here shown in red for default binds and purple using the Joy config. Since the differences in movement speed are the largest right at the start of the strafe, I tested the effects of fast jiggle peaks at various frequencies of AD spam. Again, the velocity when using Joy binds is universally faster in acceleration periods and slower in deceleration periods compared to default binds. This means faster back and forth, making you harder to hit, and faster deceleration, making you more accurate. The faster the jiggles, the bigger the difference in velocity. The ratio between the two curves is now shown as the green line. If the two were the same, the green curve would be a straight horizontal line at the 100% level. But we can see an average of about plus 35% movement speed during acceleration and minus 35% during deceleration. To conclude, the Joy config brings 4 advantages and 1 disadvantage. The faster movement speed during acceleration makes you harder to hit in gunfights or shoulder and jiggle peaks. The slower movement speed during deceleration makes you more accurate. Counter-strafing will make you stop faster compared to default binds, even when perfectly timed. Therefore, you will be fully accurate faster. The Joy auto-stop version automatically counter-strafes for you and corrects any counter-strafe mistakes. The only drawback is the scuff ladder movement. You won't be able to climb ladders while looking straight anymore, which you shouldn't do anyways. Diagonal ladder movement works fine. Only the fast silent movement will be impossible, as you can't stop on ladders anymore. You can copy all commands from the comments or download the config straight from the description, where I also linked the full spreadsheet. Massive shout out to Capital, who shared the config on my Discord. Let's see if this config is problematic enough for Valve to fix it this time around.